Hi, this is just running through the worksheet for compound measures. A compound measure is made up of two or more other measures. Sounds quite complicated. You don't actually need to learn what the word compound measure actually means. The most common example of a compound measure is speed. It's made up of two other measures. One of them is distance and the other is time. So think about speed, distance and time together. Speed is a result of the other two, involves distance and time. There's a formula to work out speed, and that speed is distance divided by time, and that's one you need to learn for your exam. Can be quite easy to remember, because if you think about speed, you'll think of miles per hour. So distance divided by time, miles divided by hours, miles per hour. Okay. The units of speed actually depend on what units of distance and time are used. If the distance is in miles and the time in hours, then yes, the speed will be in miles per hour. But other ones you might see used might be kilometers per hour or meters per second. Here's one quick example question for speed. So if Robert drives a distance of 260 kilometers and it takes him 5 hours, what is his average speed on the journey? So we remember the formula, speed is distance divided by time, and we will add to that the distance and time from the question. So speed is distance divided by time. The distance travelled, which we'll put in here, is 260 kilometers. The time taken, which we'll put underneath the line, is 5 hours. If you do that calculation, so you take 260 and you divide that by 5. Divide it by 5 hours, you'll get your answer, which I think comes out at 52. Okay, so that would be 52. Remembering the units, that would be kilometers and hours, so the final answer would be kilometers per hour. So 260 divided by 5 would be 52 kilometers per hour. That'll get you full marks for that question. If we know 2 out of the 3 different measures, so if we know speed and distance and don't know time, or if we know speed and time and don't know distance, we can always work out the other one, and that involves rearranging the formula. So if we know that speed is distance divided by time, you can actually rearrange that formula to work out what distance is and what time is. This is the long way. I'll show you a shortcut in the next section. To work out what distance is, I need to get time away from this side and over to the other side. And the way I'd normally do that is times both sides by time. So if I do that, I end up with speed times time equals distance. So on that one there, distance would be speed times time. To work out time, it's actually slightly more complicated. So if I take the formula I've just used, distance is speed times time, and I want to get rid of the speed, I would divide both sides by speed. So distance is speed times time. If I divide both sides by speed, I'm left with distance divided by speed equals time. So for this one, time would be distance divided by speed. Okay, but again, no need to learn those. I'll show you a shortcut in the next section. So here's a couple of examples. So once you've got those formulas, speed is distance divided by time, distance is speed times time, and time is distance divided by speed. You can work out these two examples. So the first one there is Lisa driving at 80 kilometers per hour for 3 hours. What's the distance she travelled? So if you look to your formula for distance, it's speed times time. So speed, 80 kilometers per hour, times time, 3 hours. So if you do 80 times by 3, you'll end up with 240. And the units for that distance, because the speed is in kilometers per hour, the distance will be kilometers, 240 kilometers. So have a try at example 3 by yourself using the formula. Time, in that case, is distance divided by speed. Good luck.